And here we go. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. It's very important. Um, I'm grateful to be spending this time with you. I was looking at some of my old notes, reflecting on some things that I learned, and I saw a note where I saw somewhere I took some notes. At that time, I was being mentored by this elderly gentleman, pretty successful guy, and he worked in the oil and gas sector. He supplied equipment to offshore rigs, those big offshore rigs out there in the ocean and all that. And he supplies things like drill bits, oil heads, pumps, separators. Guys in the people in those fields would know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so I was sitting across his desk while I was receiving mentorship from him, and he said something. He said, "Victor, it takes less energy to make $100 million than it is to make $100,000." And maybe he saw the blank expression in my face because at that time I couldn't quite process that information. And he said that in all my years of tendering in bids, winning bids, losing bids, he said that there has never been more than three or four of us. Why? Because $100 million is not a realistic goal for the masses. He said that if you want to see a realistic goal, go for the bids of $100,000 and less. He said that it becomes a red ocean. It's filled with sharks that are biting off each other, undercutting profits, undercutting expenses, try to maneuver and, kill business for themselves and for others. Hence the red ocean. There's a beautiful book called Blue Ocean Strategy. It's a really nice book if you want to read that. It talks about blue ocean, red ocean, creating marketplaces where there is no competition. Really nice. And so he was saying that it takes less energy. He said, I have never put in a bid for those amounts of money and I've had more than 3 to 4 competition and we all know each other. So what I'm trying to say is that you will eat at the level of your vision. If you have a higher vision for your life, if you have a grander vision for your life, the $100 million vision, you will eat at a level where very few people are. Because according to him, competition is fiercest for realistic goals. And you can find realistic goals everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. There are so many people vying for the little things in life, for the smaller things in life. Machiavelli said that make no small plans, for they have no power to stir the soul. I love that. Make no small plans, for they have no power to stir the soul. Your goals in life should be driven by your wants, not your needs. There is no passion to be found when you're propelled by need to eat. There's no growth there. I need to eat. All you just need to do is buy food and eat. But if you say, I want to eat my favorite steak every Thursday in Burj Khalifa in Dubai without fail every single Thursday, and I'll fly private to get there to eat my favorite steak in my favorite restaurant at the 78th floor every Thursday without fail. That stretches your imagination. And that is why Machiavelli says, make no small plans, for they have no power to stir the soul. So you make your plans according to your wants, not your needs. Because nobody thinks bigger by breathing. But if you want to breathe 1,000 feet below the sea level in a submarine, you have to think different. Make no small plans, for they have no power to stir the soul. So essentially, what my former mentor was telling me was, Victor, you will eat at the level of your vision. If you believe that this level is possible, you will eat at that level. If you believe the turtle level is what is possible, you will eat at that level. And at every point in our lives, at every point, every single day, we have two options: to eat at the higher level or at the lower level, every single day. Every choice we make, even from where we buy coffee, every single day, we have an option to eat from a higher level or from a lower level, to stretch for better things, for glorious things, or the mediocre. It is such a crazy thing to learn, and it's really made a difference in my life. If you look at your life right now, there are things that you have achieved that you, at that point, you didn't know how you were going to achieve it. You just knew that you were going to achieve it, and you achieved it. Maybe it was maybe it was a project, maybe it was a business, maybe it was to lose weight, maybe it was to ask someone out who was out of your league, a girl that was out of your league, or a guy that was out of your league, or to travel somewhere. At that point, you didn't know how you were going to do it. You just knew that I'm going to do this thing, and you did it. Why was that? Because you were trying to eat at a higher level and you achieved it. The problem that we have is that we fail to find a way to consistently stay at that level and also grow. So our lives usually can be filled with, once in a year or once in 5 years, we have that thing that we achieve. Boom! We come across a task or a goal or a want that we know that we can't achieve, but we decide that we will achieve this thing. Come hell and high water, I will achieve this thing. And you do. But the problem is that after we achieve that momentum, we tend to what? Settle back down and continue life in the mediocre until another day. Maybe life hits us or something hits us, or maybe we're tired of living this way, or I'm tired of being this way, and that thing kicks in again. And just before you know it, that resolve comes back in you, and you say, you know what, come hell or high water, I will achieve this thing. And you achieve it. It is very important to understand that every single day you are making a decision to eat from a higher level, the level of the giraffe or the eagle, or a lower level, the level of chickens or turtles. And the universe will not discriminate against whatever you want. I am that I am means that I am, the universe will be whatsoever you want it to be. So it has no name. I am that I am just means that I am anything that you want me to be. So if you want the universe to give you less, it will be less for you. If you want the universe to release abundance, it will release abundance for you. I am that I am. There is no definition. The universe is whatever it is you want it to be. So if you say, dear universe, I'm going to eat at a level higher than I've ever attained before. Once you make that decision, once you're resolute, once you put your mind to it, it's amazing how things work, because I am has spoken. It's like the universe begins to conspire, begins to I don't want to say manipulate, it begins to conjure up things and move things from different places, and people just begin to respond to you. Situations begin to respond to you to create that thing that you desire, because I am wants it. And that is why they say, let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich. Those are the most powerful, I am is the most powerful words ever, because it's a reflection of the universe, it's a reflection of God. I am that I am. I am whatsoever you want me to be. I am whatsoever you want me to be. If you want me to be scarcity and frustration, I am. If you want me to be abundance and health and joy, I am. Why? Because I am wants it. Nobody can disobey I am. That is you. You are a force of nature. You are part of the creators of this reality that is. So you have to understand that you must eat at a level that you desire, a level that you have never been on. You have the right. But if I am decides that, the game is rigged, you know how people say, oh, it's rigged. They don't want you to know this, they don't want you to know that. You see it a lot on, poor people, I'm sorry, on Facebook and on YouTube, especially. This is the secret that they don't want you to know. Oh, rich people don't want you to know this idea. Then how do you know? They don't want you. They, and sometimes you have to ask, who is they? Because even the political elites are also saying they. So there is no they. It is just I am. There is no them versus us. It is I am. Listen, you can take an eagle from the wealthiest zip code in Florida and move that eagle to the poorest place in the world, which happens to be Haiti. And that eagle's quality of life will not go down by a fraction of an inch, because the eagle understands that the universe is abundant. They can put you in anywhere, in any part of the world. If you decide to succeed, you will succeed. You find it with people that move from one area of life to another, or immigrants that move from one country to another. If you find people that are entrepreneurial in their home country, wherever you put them, they will always be entrepreneurial. Like Jay-Z said, he said, put me anywhere on God's green earth, I'll triple my worth. Because it's a knowing, just like how the eagle has a knowing. There's a saying we have in Nigeria or in Africa. They said, no matter the economy of the jungle, the lion will never eat grass. No matter the economy in the jungle, the lion will never eat grass. No matter the economy, no matter the condition in this economy, if you decide as a lion that you will never eat grass, that you eat steak, that is what you eat, because I am has decided. I wish, I'm also talking to myself, but sometimes I wish we could understand how powerful we are. How the universe literally says, your wish is my command. People learn about the law of attraction and vibration and all the manner of things they call it. And in essence, it's all true. Your wish is the universe's command, because you are consciousness. Consciousness created the universe. So it must do the biddings of its creator, which is you. I am. So when conditions are not going your way, and then you open up and say, I am a loser, the universe will ensure that it makes every available move that it can make to ensure that you stay as a loser, because what I am has spoken. If you can grasp this, if you can just grasp this concept, if you can just grasp this and let it sink deep into your soul, that consciousness created the universe. You are supreme consciousness. You created the universe. So the created must respond to the creator. Have you seen the experiment of the the rice experiments, where the scientist, I've forgotten his name, he's very brilliant scientist, where he had a room where he put a rice on this section and I think rice on another bowl. And one, he only spoke negative words, and the other, he spoke positive words. And in a matter of days, the ones that where he said hurtful and crazy things began to rot. Plants respond to our energy. Animals respond to our energy. Children respond to our energy. We were visiting a family, and it was a get together, and this other family came with a kid who was just mean. You just know that this boy is mean, and he kept trying to pick up another family's baby, and the baby, probably 9 months, kept crying like, "Get me off this guy!" Because I was telling my spouse, even babies sense energy. All the adults know that this kid is a bully, but a baby, the the baby never allowed this boy to touch her, to carry her, to play with her. She could just sense the energy that this person has a very bad vibe. Babies, how much more your environment? Everything that is happening to you right now, you created or you permitted. So you need to understand that. And you can start right now. First of all, be conscious of the things that you say. Be conscious of your thoughts. Be conscious of the words that come out of your mouth. Be conscious of your inner thinking, your real thinking, because thoughts create. The average person doesn't think. Earl Nightingale said that if the average person said what they thought, they'll be speechless. Because real thinking is creation. Most people just react to the mic, to the shirt, to the PCAP, to my eyes. You're just reacting to all the things happening around you. Most people are not actively creating, even though in a way they're actively creating too. Because if all you see is the doom and gloom, there are people that are pretty successful, but all the time you hear them, they're always talking gloom about the economy. Oh, the economy is going to the dogs. Oh, the economy is going to the dogs. I like Rob Kiyosaki, but after a while I was like, I think bro has lost his script, because at every point he's always doom and gloom. The economy is going to the dogs. Oh, get out your money. Oh, do this, do it. Like, come on. And you're still investing in it. So if you respond to doom and gloom, guess what you create? More doom and gloom. So don't forget that you eat at the level of your vision. You eat at the level of your vision. My spouse sent me a video on Instagram, and the video was about the top 20 oil producing countries. And it was so sad to see that the highest oil producing countries were all third world countries: Venezuela, Nigeria, and so on and so forth. I'm from Nigeria. And then you see countries that barely have mineral resources, like Switzerland or Japan, or the UK. I'm not saying they don't have mineral resources, but not on the level of third world countries. Niger, for instance, has one of the best grade uranium on earth. There is no mineral resources you won't find, especially in third world countries. But why don't they progress? Vision, 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 thinking about 200 years from now. Most of our leaders over there don't think more than today. Me, my family, and I, and my clique. But look at countries that are progressing, even companies. They're led by men and women who are thinking about tomorrow. How they say that every tree that you receive shade from was planted by somebody yesterday. So it was heartbreaking to see the number of third world countries that were producing this black gold. But because of their level of vision, they are the highest borrowers from the IMF and the World Bank. And they do what? They use all that money to pay for recurrent expenditures, to pay for salaries, and mortgage the future of their children and their children's children. But look at most first world countries. You would see their forefathers and mothers had planned 70, 80, 200, 300 years and laid down a concrete plan. Now, we can talk about it from a corporate level or from a country level, but it also comes down to a personal level. What vision do you have for yourself, for your children, for your grandchildren? Solomon says, a righteous woman leaves inheritance for her children's children. A righteous man leaves inheritance for his children's children. So the wealthiest person on earth, Solomon, worth by current estimate 2.3 trillion, says the person who thinks about the future generation, is a righteous person. Because you don't want to continue the cycle of struggle. Because first world countries won't be where they are if they weren't wealthy. Because when you are hungry, how much can you really innovate? When you're starving, how much can you think global? You just want to eat. And so you find a lot of brilliant people living in third world countries coming to places like this so that what? They can have space to launch out their vision, to eat from a higher plate. I'm not saying that there aren't people going back doing work. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you have to understand that to eat at a higher level, to eat at a higher level, you have to decide it. It's not a passive thing. A righteous woman leaves inheritance for her children's children. You have to be intentional to eat from a higher level. You have to be intentional. It doesn't happen by chance. First world countries don't happen by chance. Successful people don't happen by chance. Success is planned. So also is failure. What an amazing world. So that's all I wanted to say. But again, remember what Machiavelli said. He said, um, what did he say again? Let me see my notes. Make no small plans, for they have no power to stir the soul. My God, make no small plans, for they have no power to stir the soul. Make big plans. Let it stir your soul. Let it stir your soul. Let it stir your soul. All right. God bless.